But now they're having the abortuary. It's open, I believe, sometimes even till 5 o'clock.
Well, about 5, eh?
Well, so what I do now is if I can't get there in the morning for whatever reasons, I'm doing other things now, but it's still my primary, whatever work I take, but I'm doing work that has to revolve around the pro-life work I do. I get there in the afternoon.
Right, okay.
Because there's also, as I said, people leaving, and if it's open till 5, there's a lot of people going in and out then too, right?
So do you actually have an opportunity to talk to any of the women who are going in?
Well, unfortunately not. More used to come over and talk with me. And when I say over, because when I first started doing this, I was across the street. Then I started going right on the side of where the abortuary is. And I regret my abortion sign. And when they changed the police chief a couple of years ago, I believe Chief Bordelot took over, we were at a 40-day for life. There was a 40-day for life going on, rather. And I used to tell the 40-day for life people who were across the street from the abortuary, I need to stay on this side because I've sort of established that place here. Because sometimes they would talk to me, right? They have to feel safe to talk with me. And even though the people up there are saying all this stuff, right, you've got all going against, some people would come and talk. Well, after the last 40-day for life, or a couple years ago, rather, not the last one, and they changed, the police started coming and harassing me and another gentleman who I pray with, a wonderful man named Mr. Paul Charon. You may know him.
That's who I was thinking about, Paul Charon.
Yeah, so Paul and I would pray, and I met Paul when I was across the street, and I before I moved over to the side of the abortuary, I was across the street, and I met Paul. I was blessed to meet Paul. So we would pray together and walk back and forth, and I carried my sign. But anyway, the police came up and they started telling us that they asked us, would you please go across the street? And we said, well, we're not with the 40-day, I said, why? He said, well, your sign is, it's threatening to people. And I said, how can my sign, I regret my abortion, be threatening? He said that they say it's threatening. And there were 5 policemen during this period that week who told us if we didn't move, they could arrest us on 3 different things. And Paul...
What were the 3 charges they could arrest you for?
Paul, one of them was trespassing. One of them was disturbing the peace. And what was the last one? I don't even know. I do know I went home and I looked up in my little book on Canadian law and stuff, and I realized, no, the Charter of Rights, I'd already spoken, but he didn't care, he didn't want to hear it. I said, I have a right to be, no. He said, are you going to go across the street? He basically told us that if we didn't go across, that they would arrest us. And Paul didn't want that. And I've spoken about this with my husband. I mean, at one time I was willing to be arrested and go, but my husband doesn't want me doing that right now. And
no, I wouldn't want my wife doing that right now either.
No, if you're single, maybe you can take that on, but I have to see how he is on that.
Yeah, you know? No, that's right.
And also we need to get passports. But I mean, I thought this is wrong. On the other hand, you got to see sometimes when you get mixed up in that thing there, you're not able to witness at all. So better go across the street at least. And I thought, I have a good relationship with the police, mostly. I don't want to get...
No.
These particular policemen were not very nice, but I've met a lot of policemen before that. They'd get the calls from curbs and other women coming out, and they'd say, we're okay with you doing this. We know you're not doing anything. Just this particular bunch, 5 of them as I recall that day. And so we went across the street, Paul and I continued doing that over there.
How long ago was that, Francis?
That happened? About 2 years ago.
A couple of years ago, eh? So now you're not allowed on the same side as the abortion clinic?
No, because when I looked it up, I thought they cannot arrest me on constitutional rights, but they have this, it's called demonstration. Get this, blocking certain facilities. And I said, like it's considered a secure on the sidewalk building. Certain buildings are, and the abortuary fell under that. And because I went and spoke with Paul Lauzon, from Campaign Life, and we both looked it up. This business of being a demonstration. I said, it's not a demonstration, it requires 2 or more people. He said, well, you and Mr. Charon. So I thought they're trying to divide us. So
Right.
we thought, I've never gone back over onto that side by myself. If I was by myself, you'll notice there's a fellow there, maybe you don't notice, there's a man named Cy Winters.
Yeah, I've met him. He's a pretty dedicated guy too.
Oh, he is. Yeah, Cy's
The 3 of you are like kind of like the.
Cy is staying all afternoon now. That's what I mean. It's great when I go down in the afternoon. I drive around to see if Cy's alone sometimes. You know what? I'm gonna go. I've got the hours. I'll just put in some hours across the street, and so Cy and I'll be there. Just won't be down there alone, right?
No, that's good.
He's amazingly dedicated.
Yeah, sounds like you are too.
No,
We have to
right?
go, Francis,
Sure.
but we certainly got a good introduction,
Yeah.
and I'm really glad I took the time to come over and chat.
Well, thank you. Thank you, people, for your dedication.
Well.
Coming here, and it's a privilege that you guys came here.
Well.